What's up, internet? Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic in today's video, we're going to discuss the next shoe to drop. If you watched my last video when I was talking about why the Democrats lost the election, well, this video, I'm going to talk about the next shoe to drop, and I'm going to call it the age of cooperation. Because I think we have just entered the age of cooperation. Now, what do I mean by the age of cooperation? Okay, so for years, I've been watching videos on YouTube. You probably see them on TikTok and basically everywhere. Any talk show that you see where there's a panel of women, and they're always talking about how a man needs to have six figures. Six figures. Oh, he needs to make at least six figures. And I was thinking to myself, I'm all like, where did this six figure nigga come from? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where did he come from? Where did that amount of money come from? So recently, I know we've all been watching Elon Musk, basically troll the federal government and basically go around firing everybody and destroying programs and stuff. It's fucked up that people are losing their jobs, and I don't, I think that's really messed up. So I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just basically speaking from a devil's advocate standpoint. So I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just presenting some facts here. So I looked up what the average federal worker salary is. And it's anywhere from the average salary of a federal worker in America is $100,000 a year, or $130,000. I'll put the article in the video so that you guys can read it while I'm talking. But yeah, it's about at least $100,000 a year. So that's where the six figures comes from. So then it dawned on me, and it's like, okay, well, what was the first thing to drop as soon as Trump got president? He got rid of DEI. Now, this is where you guys got backdoored. This is where women got backdoored, and they don't even see that it's about to happen to them. But it's almost like clockwork what's about to happen, right? DEI is just a politically correct way of saying we don't want women in the workplace anymore. Full stop. It could be interpreted however you want to. Now when we say that's a DEI hire, we're basically talking about overtly lesbians, overtly homosexual, overtly, transsexual, all of that stuff that we know that's what people mean by DEI. Okay? It's not just, oh, well, you're going to discriminate against black people. No, it's Shaniqua. It's not black people. It's Shaniqua in upper management. That's who we're talking about when we say DEI. So let's be very clear. When women talk about the six figure man that they're looking for, the reason why they're so arrogant is because when you look up the average salary of a federal worker, it's six figures. When you look up the average salary of even a county worker in Los Angeles, that's a six-figure job. So, like, when you go to the courthouse and you pay your fines and stuff, Esmeralda, that's on the other side of the clerk, is getting close to somewhere $80,000 to $100,000 a year to do that job. You get what I'm saying? She's in the air condition. She got her Stanley cup full of soda and energy drinks and stuff. She's probably 100 pounds overweight because she doesn't do anything but sit in front of a computer all day and process little payments and stuff from the revenue recovery or whatever it is that she's doing, right? So you're paying the courthouse your fines, and they're paying this fat little bitch $80,000 a year to process your little fine. Like, does that make sense? Get rid of her ass. Anyway, but that's where the arrogance comes from. These women have these anywhere from 60 to $100,000 plus jobs where they're in office buildings. They go to work with their Stanley cups. You know what I mean? They badge in, they log into a computer and they just sit there all day, for about 8 hours. They go and get lunch, and then they sit in front of their computer, they enter stuff into Excel spreadsheets, they answer some phone calls, and they send some emails, and then they get in their car and they go home with a full face of makeup still on. They gotta wipe the makeup off. There's no sweat being had or anything. And these women get to go home with anywhere from $60,000 to $60,000+ a year to do these very minuscule, minimal, low-level jobs. Okay? So I'm starting to see where all of the arrogance comes from. But this is where we're entering the age of cooperation. Because when you look up these articles where Doge has cut thousands and thousands and hundreds of billions of dollars worth of federal employees, do you understand that majority of those people that lost those jobs were women? And you can easily just look up on TikTok or YouTube, just got laid off or whatever. Yes, you're going to see men sprinkled in there, but it's mostly women crying on their phones about, I got laid off and I got laid off. And then, guess what? Those are the same girls that you see at the club calling people brokey and he has to have 6 figures and all of this other stuff. That's because they're making close to that amount of money doing bullshit ass jobs sitting in front of computers. Okay? But look at Facebook. Look at Goldman Sachs. Look at the federal government. When they say DEI cuts, if you notice, I think it was Target, Meta, Facebook or whatever, Meta, and I forget some of the other companies, but they all follow suit. They all cut their DEI programs immediately. And like I said, DEI means exactly who we know DEI to be. Shaniqua them, Gay Tony them, the purple haired ladies. Yeah, all of y'all gotta go. Okay? And the funny thing about it is that when women were allowed to work, their very first jobs were secretaries. Okay, so notoriously, the very jobs that are first to go due to automation will be secretarial type of work. If you haven't noticed, they've been trying. If your job requires you to get a full face of makeup, a Stanley cup, and a badge to key in and out, and you go and sit in front of a computer, and your job is to answer phones or to send and receive emails or do Excel spreadsheets or something, prepare to lose your job. Prepare to go into the healthcare system, and this is me trying to save you. If I were you, I don't think you're going to have enough time to retool yourself, but try to get into something that involves healthcare. If you want to retain that somewhere close to that 6-figure salary that you just lost from your federal job, most likely you're going to try to find another federal job or another state job or something like that to maintain that salary. But listen, if there's not too many $100,000 a year jobs. So if you just lost your federal job that you've probably been badging in and just walking off and going to get coffee for the last 7 years, guess what? You lost your job. You have no skills to offer. So what is it that you're going to do? You're going to see a lot of these federal workers start driving for Uber. Okay? If they didn't make proper investments or they didn't start businesses or whatever, it's going to be really hard to go from having $100,000 a year fucking income to having to find something that'll at least give you at least 40, 50,000. You know what I mean? So long story short, when I say this is the age of cooperation, I'm starting to see that, you're going to see a shift in a lot of women's talking points. Okay? It's going to go from, oh, I'm crying because I lost my job and there's no jobs in tech. I can't just clock in and sit in my pajamas all day and call it working. And I can't go into the lobby at Apple and get all the free stuff and then take TikTok videos all day and then call it working. And no, it's no more work from home. None of that shit. It's over with. Okay? And don't think that I'm being harsh to women because, it's over for men too. You got that nice little warehouse job you got, driving that forklift. Okay, yeah, you probably already seeing it. But one day you're going to go in there, and you used to work with Billy, Bob, and Mike. One day Mike is going to disappear, and you're going to see a driverless forklift in his place. Then Bobby going to disappear. You're going to see it's going to be you and two robots, and then the third one is going to be your goofy ass. So I'm trying to tell you, it's over for like working in general, but I'm just letting you know the first people who are going to get it is the women. Okay? If you're some type of creative director of diversity or something, prepare to lose your job. Just listen. Learn to cooperate with a man. Okay? I'll never forget one of the and I'll make this last little point before I wrap up this video because anyway, but there was a woman, Ebony K. Williams, right? I'll post up a picture of her. You guys probably remember this whole debacle, right? She got on TV and she said, hey, listen, I forget the Ayanna Van Zant. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But she basically said, oh, well, would you date a bus driver? And she said, well, if he owns the bus company.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus?
You see all of that arrogance, and then what does she say? Because I do well for myself, and I have 2 degrees, and I do this, and I'm so special, and all of this stuff. And then what does she end up doing? She ended up buying sperm. She had all that money, and she had to spend, $100,000 or something just to get pregnant, just to get herself pregnant. Something that a bus driver could have did to her for free overnight. Like, the goofball in this era is over with, okay? There is no more of what you guys think it's gonna be. The future isn't female. The future ain't even male. The future is fucking AI and fucking robots. So get ready, because the next 10 years is going to be the age of cooperation. Men are going to have to cooperate with women. Y'all going to have to be like the Mexicans. Y'all might have to start moving in together, sharing y'all resources, learning to cooperate. You know what I mean? Y'all, hey, it's going to be like how y'all was with kids. Y'all might have to share y'all rooms. Fuck, nigga. All right, then. Y'all have a good day.